What is up? What is up? What is up? I hope everyone is having a fantastic day, a fantastic night, whatever it may be. I am going to go ahead and hit continue real quick. That way I am at least talking with like audio in the background. That way the only thing I'm hearing is not myself. Alright. I wanted to stream yesterday, but sadly some stuff came up. My eyes were doing that thing where it was starting to kind of see double. It happens. It is what it is. But now I'm gonna be able to finish making our great escape, making our way through. I think we have pretty much this entire route I think to go through. But let's go ahead, get ourselves started. I think, yeah, let me look at the flow real quick. If I remember last time we went through the door, we found pretty much Snake in the coffin. He pulled the gun on June, and then after he pulled the gun on June, they went in door number 9. Now we're in door number 9, and so now we have some weird stuff going on between June has the upside down bracelet is like what our current thing is, and Santa being 0. I think I said accidentally that Snake pulled the gun. That's not true. But let's go ahead, get ourselves a look. We went to the library because we're busy trying to find Alice, and Alice be the I don't know the right term for it, but the not mummified, but kind of frozen Egyptian, I forgot, a princess or something, some type of high royalty, I think, if I remember right, that was frozen in ice 9, where it needs to be 9-2. She doesn't melt, and then the guy that bought the Gigantic that we're on put her, I forgot the exact riddle. Do I have information? Okay, there's not any, is there no information about where, like the riddle that was given upon his death on where she was? Either that or I'm forgetting. Let's go ahead, look at all these books. This book's sticking out like a sore thumb. The Theory of Evolution, heck, even I know this one. That's the Darwin guy, right? Well, yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origin of the Species. In it, he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. Exactly. So, I wonder if Mother Nature, is that some sort of book about hippie chicks? Probably not, except perhaps tangentially. It's most likely about environmental protection. I was trying to make a joke. Dude, hippie chicks? Really? I mean, I don't know if I'd classify... I honestly... Her name's slipping my mind. That's gonna bug me, the fact that her name's slipping my mind, because we've been with her this entire time. I don't know why it's slipping my mind. Like, I know her. I'm not gonna say just her number, but yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Paleontology. This one's about fossils, right? Ammonites are pretty natural looking. I'm assuming these books don't have anything to do with what we're grabbing. Introduction to Geology. Think about the Earth, even when you're on the ocean. Kind of romantic in a way, I guess. Alright. What's going on here? What's to do with these titles? They're all just gibberish. Hey, what if we, like, switch them around? Switch them around? Yeah. If we move them around, maybe they'll spell something. Oh, I get it. Heck, it's worth a shot. Alright, switch these. Am I supposed to... I mean, the only word I see is, like, peon? Maybe... I don't know. Maybe if they spell something like... Maybe I need more books for this or something? I'll look at it here in a sec. Quantum gravity 7. Do you have any idea what this is? How about you start using real words? Then maybe we'll get somewhere. Get a lot of quantum talk. We have a lot of, like... talks about the number 9. It's kind of freaking me out. Give me 1 second. I accidentally put this in wrong. Okay, I forget it just completely mutes the game whenever I tap out, which is kind of neat, I think, that it does that. Actually, no, it pauses the entire game. There we go. I just had to refresh a few of, like, the sources on OBS, because one of them was doing, you guys can't see it, but one of the, like, sources was doing some weird stuff. Alright, let's head down here. Owen. This person really likes Owen. Owen isn't enough to go on. Perhaps about the English Revolutionary. Dad kind. What the hell is this? Wasn't that a German mathematician? Maybe it's a composition of his work. Lieberens? This book's in German. It looks like it's the complete works of something. Never heard of it. Well, if Snake doesn't know what it is, I don't think we'll ever know. Sheldrake? Yeah. Sheldrake why does that name sound very familiar? Isn't that the guy that theorized? Not theorized about Ice 9. It's Riemann hypothesis. What is there to hypothesize about with a remnant? It's pretty straightforward. Heavens, no, there are many factors. Length, girth, lubrication, or lack thereof. It's an exciting and rapidly growing field. Whoa. That's a weird book. Indian mathematics? That's funny. Why is that funny? Pythagorean theorem. We need an entire book about the Pythagorean theorem. So that there's a number of math books in this section. Why do we need an entire book about it? Alright, what's going on? What's this? It's a small enclosure with 9 sides. There are 3 of these things that look like musical stands. Am I supposed to put some in those stands? Well, can we get in here? The bookshelf has a glass inlay. It's pretty big, but there's only 6 books on it. That seems kind of weird. Hey, it looks like there's something on the bottom. I really can't see it though. The glass is all foggy. I'm assuming this is can we open it? Awesome, there's a lock. Yep. Oh, I have to like get numbers to input on that thing. Iron plate is bolted down. I don't think it's a door. I think it's just a wall. Alright, let's head back up the stairs. Big open door to the library. It's pretty impressive, although like a door to a shrine or a church or something. Almost like a door to a shrine or church or something. There's another door after it, and then the passageway beyond that. The end of the passageway is the door with that Neptune symbol engraved on it. Hurry up, we need to find a key with the mark of Neptune. This sounds like the job for the best brother and sister team in the world. I mean, they're acting like we don't exist, especially considering the fact that we've done a lot of the work here. Tell them. Yeah, that's the... I'm not going to even bother pronouncing that first word right now. And telepathy. What the hell is this one about? Well, I know what telepathy is, but I never heard of teleportation. First, the ability to travel through time. This one says the golden rabbit and the moon on it. Does it mean it's about a rabbit that lives on the moon? Rabbits are pretty cute, but what about the moon stuff? It's talking about the Judas tree that said they grow on the moon according to Chinese legend. I don't know how to pronounce that. Who's that? Some famous guy? It's not a person's name. It's the name of a fictional book created by Abdul I don't know. I can't pronounce that second part. I'm sorry. It's said to be one of the sources used in the creation of the legendary book of the dead. The Necronomicon. Okay, we just have the Necronomicon involved in this now. Why not? So these are all... I forget if it's occult or oculate on how that's pronounced. This book's called Mind Swap. You mean you could like change bodies with someone? I guess... Oh, I'm saying that she wouldn't mind with her brother or Junpei too much, and then I'd rather die than let 7 switch with me. What the hell? Look at even swap bodies with a little brat like, hey, what were you? Were you just imagining it? You were. Shut up. Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one. You guys got no shame. An overview of photochemistry. I think whoever set this up wanted to see the cover, not the spine. Let's look at it, okay? Oh, looks like there's a whole lot of space behind these books. What, Junpei? I think there's something hidden behind the books. A powerful light bulb. Brand new light bulb. It looks like a pretty high wattage one, too. Alright, what about here? There was a light bulb here. There isn't anything there now. Communication and computer science, huh? That's a pretty generic title. To be honest, it's so vague, I don't even know what it might be about. Probably communication and computer science, if I had to guess. Automated robotic assembly line techniques, huh? What's that? Some sort of comic book? Jeez, I guess boys really like that stuff. Now you're thinking of a different sort of robot. This book is talking about automated machinery that's used to build things like cars. What's this one called? Foundations of DNA and Genetic Engineering. Yeah, that's definitely not concerning to have. Oh, I can't. The handrail is made of metal. I wanted to click on the hat rack. Note on top of the table it says lights to the books. Lights to the books. And so that's pretty much my clue, I guess. What's a picture book? It looks like it's about Little League. It does seem a little weird that it's so different from the others. Maybe I ought to take it with you. Oh, so I am just gonna have to click on all these shelves to find out what all to do. Human equilibrium theory, human anatomy, regeneration of internal organs. Oh look, 7, here's a book that's perfect for you. It's got a correlation of muscle, bone density, and bone strength. You were saying that, I don't remember, I forgot the lob button. Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it was good. All right, and so we already read this one of that. So if I head over here, hey, it's another one of those kids' picture books. It's a whole lot like the other one we found. All right, another book. What's Hellenism? It's something like fusion of Greek and Oriental culture. Look, this one says cultural heritage of Rome. Bet there's got to be some serious inheritance tax. History of the medieval period. Maybe it's about Sir Lancelot. Isn't he just a story? How are they going to find a guy who didn't really exist in history books? The history of Buddhism? Alright, so any... I'm pretty sure I've covered most, but maybe do I have to put these maybe here or something? One of the books is not like the other. One of these books doesn't belong. Okay, what am I supposed to do about that? If one of these books doesn't look like the other, one of these doesn't belong. So there's pen. Maybe open? How about this? Oh. Looks like you put in the books in the right order, open this. How do they set up that puzzle? Alright, you did it. I said it turned out well enough. So the letters from the title spell out, open here, find bulb. How do they make it to where if I did that, I just get... you know what? Better not to probably question it. Staircase go down to the bottom floor. That's where I'm trying to go. Alright, this book says Owen. And then what? These have nothing on their spine, it looks like. Alright, well, weird book called Indian Mathematics. Let's see what we got here. So many books here. Whoa, why is this warm? Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Hey, what's the deal with the sappy stuff? Alright, and am I supposed to put something on the... Probably... There are 3 lights in this thing that aren't very bright, though. Hey, didn't we find some kind of really powerful light bulb earlier? Why don't you put in one of those lights? Yeah, well, it'll get a lot brighter, but if there are 3 lights, that means 3 light bulbs. There won't be much point unless we replace all 3 bulbs. How many do I have? Oh, I forgot. Item button. I opened it earlier, so I have 2 of the 3. I'm assuming the last one is probably something to do with in there. There's something suspicious about the shelf on the left. Wouldn't that be... Oh, it just means this. Alright, so how am I supposed to find out this code? In the middle of the glass door is a cylinder lock, you know, kind of like we rotate the numbers around so you get the right ones to open it. What the hell is this? Just like they gave us the answer. Might as well give it a shot. A hint. Oh. 63241. No, hold up. Yeah. 632416. 632 4 1 oh 1 6. Maybe that's supposed to be a 9 or something. 632 416. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's a 9. Oh, I did it apparently. Okay, I'm not complaining. I don't know why, but that didn't feel really particularly happy about being praised for that. Whatever. At least the lock. So I feel happy to be praised for that. That was a 5. I mean, I guess I kind of see it. All 6 books seem to be pointing at the cylinder number lock. I mean, there's the 3rd light bulb. Feels like a light bulb. Pretty high wattage too. Unless I miss my guess, this should generate quite a little bit of light. All right, so now we can just put these 3 in there. I'm gonna change these bulbs. Now they should. How bright is this gonna be? Oh, that is kind of bright. These light bulbs really make a difference. It's pretty bright in here now. Small enclosure. Yeah, and then it's so bright now it's almost blinding. All right, that means we gotta do this. It's really bright in here. Did that change anything? Maybe I'm supposed to put these books somewhere. This one has Native Americans on the cover. Hey, Junpei, take a look at this one. Native Americans, huh? Maybe it's got some... Whoa. Okay. Supposed to sit... What's that? This one's a pop-up book. LRKK. Doesn't mean anything, does it? Well, you can make KRL, or like Curl or Carl. Am I supposed to... Is it supposed to be like kill or something? Not this. I want to do it to this book. Baseball in this one. Let's see what's in it. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say it's probably baseball stuff. Whoa. This one's a pop-up book. Got the letter head popping out on it. Okay, so now what am I supposed to do with these, though? Hey, Junpei, maybe you're supposed to put the pop-up books on the stand, then you could open them up. Oh, yeah, if we do that, then you can make a shadow on the bottom there. True, but there are 3 stands. We don't have enough picture books. In other words, we need 3 picture books. Also, I'm just gonna have to search all these shelves. Maybe up here. There's another one like that over there. You mean something like primary number theory, or analytical number theory, or geometry? Oh my gosh, how'd you know? Nobody said anything about those. Well, number theory usually split into 4 chief disciples or disciplines. I don't know which. There's a book named Algebraic Number Theory. I took a wild guess that the other 3 would be there as well. Looks like I was right. Kolbach's conjecture. What is it? Like magic or physics or something? Right, I bet it's about jewelry, isn't it? Yeah, I have an odd title, but it's a very respectable mathematics book. It deals with one of the unresolved problems of additive number theory. Sorry to say anything. Look, let's not get into this right now, okay? Alright, and so I'm guessing there's something weird going on here. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Like, there's something going on here. It's got the volume number written in the lower part of the spine. Alright, let's head back up. Maybe I missed a book. Something about monkey behavior. I imagine that's a book describing praxeology studies on monkeys. Monkeys are very similar to human evolutionary, so I imagine the research was fruitful. Functions of the human brain, I guess, is a book about the nervous system. I love it to ask you if you read it to me. I love to ask you to read it to me, but I don't think we have the time. Kind of curious about it too. There's gotta be a reason why people connect with each other, you know? The section atlas. This whole shelf is full of medical books. Look at this one called Recreation of Lost Human Functions. Do you think they're talking about, like, if you lose a part of the body, then you can grow it back? I don't think so. Maybe they're talking about reconstructing abilities that humankind once possessed. In other words, they may be talking about cultivating a 6th sense. Gotta open up that 3rd eye. Ancient gladiators, what this book's doing here. Maybe they're researching human physical limits across history. Alright, and then these books are about human anatomy. This one's called Dissection. From what it sounds like, though, these books have been organized by genre. The library must be massive. I'm rather impressed by how well organized it is. I'm just trying to find a picture book. Ancient Gladiator, so I already looked at that one. Or is this just the same one? Oh, look at this. The book's called Greek Mythology. Damn, that thing's huge. Can't imagine actually read the whole thing. Pretty sure it just put me to sleep. Alright, so that one. Permian creature seems a little fancy for some kind of prehistoric critter. Not to mention... I accidentally pressed A too fast. Without hair, I can't imagine they need much of perms. It's got nothing to do with this. Cultural heritage of Rome. This one's called History of the Western World. Well, I assume it's about European history. Yeah, just gonna leave it at that. Snake doesn't seem like you. Oriental history, maybe this one's about China, 4,000 years of history or something. Hey, Chinese history and Oriental history aren't the same thing. This book's called History of the Medieval Period. Alright, and so let's maybe look at this shelf. Black hole hypothesis, gamma ray, astrophysics. Guess this bookshelf has an astronomy theme. Books all about history. One of the books on the shelf is called Greek Mythology. Oh, and so I already looked at that one. Are property values going up in space too these days? Man, I guess times are tough for aliens too. This one says cosmic inflation. Supersymmetric string theory and 10-dimensional space-time. We're just talking about superstring theories, the theory of reality where... How to explain? It says that all elements of the universe are governed by the vibration harmonics of tiny supersymmetric strings. What's this? An overview of conformal field theory. It's a theory that posits a invariant quantum field where conformal transformation can take place. I'm not gonna offer this science voodoo stuff. You're trying to put me to sleep. Theory of general relativity. I don't know this one. That's Einstein, right? Yes and no. Depends on who you ask. Here's the law of electrolysis. I believe that's going to be about electrolysis in an electrolyte solution. These particular laws were set down by Michael Faraday. I'm just trying to find me a 3rd pop-up book. This one says Transition of Extinct Species. We need to hurry up. We're going to end up in the pages of the book like that. We should have a bunch of books about evolutionary theory. There's a can't be an explosion. The bomb go off near a place called Cambria. Wrong kind of explosion, roughly 500 million years ago, during what is known as the Cambrian period. Research suggested the variety of living organisms increased by order of magnitude. Why that happened is, however, still something of a mystery. There are a number of theories. This book's likely a collection of them. Creatures of South Seas. Micrographia. Robert Hooke's famous work, first published in 1665. He built a microscope and examined insects, inorganic substances, and other things too small to be seen in detail to human eyes. He then drew pictures of many of the things he examined and published them in a book. I'd hazard a guess that this shelf is concerned with natural sciences. Why did mankind lose their tails? Do you know what this one's about? Why are you asking me? I don't even know we had tails to lose. Maybe you should ask a human with a tail. Mankind ancestors most likely lost their tails if they're no longer useful, and the nutrients required to grow them were better put to use elsewhere. At least that's what I read. I was rather young. I may have remembered it incorrectly. How the hell would be a kid reading a book like that? Alright, so I'm assuming none of these books are going to be about it. Alright, where... Maybe it just has something to do with something down here. But... Dak, I don't know how... I mean, guess it's can't make any sense out of them. Large around. I don't. I'm confused now on where a third pop-up book can be. No, on top it says lights to the books. Well, I know about that. But where's the third book? What else we got here? Just listening to you read those titles would give me a headache. Can't say fancy technology stuff, and I get along real well. Keep talking about this stuff, and you're gonna put me to sleep. I'm just trying to find another picture book. Like, I just want to find me. I just want a picture book. I just want to look at pretty pop-ups. All right, let's maybe. I'm assuming this, what we find in here, probably has something to do with the stuff in there. All right, let me open up this. And so I have the 3 light bulbs. We replaced them all. So literally we just need to find another picture book. Or another pop-up book. Get the volume number written on the lower part of the spine. And so, because I'm assuming that what they're going to do here is give us the option to do all that. If we put the picture books on top of these stands, maybe, but we still don't have enough picture books. I know we don't have enough. I'm trying to find the third one. Alright, maybe if I looked up here, Mind Swap, Oculate, maybe Energy Theory. I don't even understand the damn title. Looks like the shelf's all science and technology. Alright, so I've already gone here. I already did open find bulb. That's straightforward enough. Pull it, get a light bulb. And so where is the... Are there any books that look suspicious? I think I've already looked through every shelf, unless I just missed one somewhere. Because I'm pretty sure I looked at them all, including the ones down here. I'll double check the ones down here. Now if I go over here. Oh, okay, I didn't get these one behind the stairs. Modern Japanese literature, huh? Hey, there's another one of those picture books here. Something about those things feels kind of nice, you know? Brings back good memories. Guess even people like 7 were kids once. No shit, you little brat. Cool it. I think I'm gonna take this picture book with me. Alright, let's open it. Got a magic wand on it, okay, so what's inside? Well, are you gonna open it? Pretty sure it's just gonna have page inside. SEI 5. Or maybe a dash. Or I guess I got 3 picture books. Why am I asking? You'll find out now. Okay, I'll better try putting these picture books on the stands then. Alright, very convenient that you got all of them lined up first try. Awesome, it looks like it worked. Way to go, good job. There's something projecting on the bottom. These letters, they seem familiar. Shield Rake 5. Oh, Sheldrake. Oh, so I guess we gotta pull the 5th book of the Sheldrake? Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here. Let's go take a look. Okay. Sheldrake. Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean. Yeah, Lois told me about him. There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He had a rather interesting theory. Morphogenic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance. Really? From Lotus, huh? Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff. She did. What was it? The ability to access morphogenic field is affected by a couple of things. First is an epiphany, and the other is danger. That girl, I told her not to tell anyone. You did why? Well, what, man? I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of it. How about you just tell me, okay? Tell you what, don't give me that. About the experiment. Sigh. Very well. Fine, I'll tell you. Oh, we're just getting a massive war dump like that. Okay. But not here. Let's move to... Oh. Never mind. Thought we were going to get a massive war dump. Guess we are going to get a massive war dump, but it's not there. I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet and why I made sure Clover did as well. To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had a little choice. You didn't walk up and tell me, of course. Give me a message engraved on a card. That's a braille card. Looks just like the one you showed us earlier. So you had 2 cards? No, only 1. What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the non-area games on it. He could have just not had, like, gave you all the information. Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read to you. However, they were not the only thing on the card. There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say there was something I couldn't read. And that was... Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell and activate your sister's detonator. It's a threat on our lives. Oh, well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too? I don't believe she did. But doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers? Yeah. To be on the safe side, however, told her it's best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you, that girl. What's wrong with her telling me? Figured some stuff out with things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activator detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam right now that you're back. That's very true. We decided I could trust you. We decided to tell you the truth. The chance that Santa Zero is very high. I feel like I'd assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the very moment. And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us. Why? Clover told me about the 4-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation. I kind of doubt that, considering what he's currently doing with June right now and holding her hostage, as well as he was willing to throw away all our lives. Hey, Snake. Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment? Yeah. How much do you know? Clover told me about... I see. Morphogenic field in the experiments 9 years prior. How the experiment has taken place simultaneously at 2 locations, one being the ship, and the other being a building in Nevada. And the girl that died during the experiment, she told you all of that, did she? I guess that's the kid that Seven said died whenever he came onto the ship. He knew of a kid that died and all that stuff. And so I guess that would be it. At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains is for us to determine is who did this and why, right? Yes. Can you tell me what happened? Yes. The people who organized the initial experiment from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Yeah, I remember that from the conversation with Snake in our first route. There were 4 of them running the show. Gentaro, Hongo, Nagisa. I'll just let him say it because he can pronounce it better than I can. Yeah. Hongo was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nijisaki was his right-hand man and did the lion's share of the planning. I'm guessing that guy was... I'm guessing he was the 9th man just looking at him right that. And Mashido was the majority stockholder. It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment. Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it, and Nijisaki put it together. Kuba, I don't know why. I said it perfectly before, like last stream. I don't know why it's like messing with me now. He developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash. How come I can pronounce Musashido just fine, but not that? So it's Hongo. There you go. Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale. To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research. All in all, they gathered 10 or so people. These 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named it the Non-Area Project. The purpose of the experiment was the research of the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenic field. Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation? Experiments with humans produced the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before. Why is that? How could it happen? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye. And through that field, a resonant event transmits information related to that answer. The fact that a lot of this is kind of like, we know, when I looked it up, whenever they talked about the glycerin, it turned out to be like pretty much, as far as I can tell, 100% true. It made me question a lot more about what's going on with this, not in terms of just the game scale, but okay, there's some weird stuff that happened. There's some weird stuff that's been going on, and it's over my head to figure that or even think about. But it does raise a lot of interesting questions. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenic fields, but that's just a theory. Can't bring yourself to believe it? Yeah. Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told him to do it. Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder. They believe the devil exists, whether or not he does is immaterial. So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenic field. That's right. But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people. That's what you were saying. Yes. So how are they going to do that with a morphogenic field? I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now. Tomorrow, the chance of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstanding. Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event. All of the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you. Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far? Yeah. Now, if there was a person who had the same effect of those 1 million people, what would happen? That one person would do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do a handstand as well. Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do? There's no way. I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then? A person who had the power to write to the field and someone who could read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these? Probably pretty hellish, not gonna lie. So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver, and then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right? Close enough, at least. Come on, that's just crazy. Well, if you want to prove that, you don't have to test it first. At least, that's how they thought. That's why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the non-area project began. By the way, Junpei, have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment? I think we have. Yeah, the experiment in telepathy. You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms, then you show one picture and you ask the other what they see. I'm impressed. Yes, that's exactly correct. So why'd you bring up the experiment? It was used to screen subjects for the non-area project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them he found had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise, children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. Of course, none of them volunteered. They were kidnapped. There were 9 pairs of siblings taken for 18 children in total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had 1 transmitter and 1 receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put in Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting. They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada district. The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A. Group A was placed on the former hospital ship, Gigantic, and that's what we're on right now, which is... From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hongo had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought for very long and hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind? It may seem obvious to say so, but that's what is meant by epiphany. This information is attained through the epiphany can easily be transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted. Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in. They set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each one before they can move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger. The identity bomb on the hull of the Gigantic, the children in Group A were forced to play the non-area games as the ship sunk. By forcing the children into a life or death situation, Hongo hoped to increase the likelihood of tapping into their fields. The children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q. Building Q duplicated the interior puzzles of the Gigantic exactly. Every detail was the exact same. Hongo explained the situation to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit the information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, you'll be able to solve the puzzles and escape. But if you fail, then the gigantic will sink and your brothers and sisters will drown. Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely? It was because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule. All of the equipment, the instruments, everything, all of it identical. Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts found themselves in. By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with. Once they found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule. That's how they were able to return safely. It was the same with the gigantic and building Q. The children from Q had to use the power of Epiphany to solve the puzzle they found and transmit what they learned through the fields. Children in Group A, however, had access to the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That is the simplest explanation I can manage. That's your simplest one. That's a pretty long-winded one, my man Snake. Hey, Junpei, Snake, how much longer are you two gonna sit around the... Man, that's uncalled for saying. It's a bony ass, man. Get down here already. He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here and soon. Hold it. There's one more thing I want to ask you. Are you sure that there were 18 kids? Why? Well, I thought it was only 16. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? I've no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment. After all, couldn't exactly play a non-airy game with any less, could you? Well, yeah, but... Are you saying that the news got it wrong? Yes, I am. There were 2 more children. However, they had no relatives I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report when they went missing. They were brother and sister like Clover and I. The brother's name was Aoi. The sister's name was... Her name was Akane. Uh-huh. That was the girl who... Wait a minute. So June is the girl who died. Did that not raise a red flag for Snake whenever we said her actual name? This is a very appropriate reaction. Then who is June? No, that's impossible. It can't be true. Akane isn't that uncommon of a name. If Snake had known her last name, well, that's a different matter entirely. They share a name, a lot of other people do too. It doesn't mean anything. It was someone else, of course it was. It has to be. Is something wrong, Junpei? Your breathing sounds strange. It's nothing, I'm fine. Let's get back down there, alright? After Snake just revealed all that to you, you have to say, I couldn't do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name? I couldn't get the words to come out. He just told you all the private info. He trusted you a lot, and you just went over here and just, no, I'm gonna not do anything. Sheldrake, let's just do Sheldrake 5. But didn't it say the 5 at the end shot picture? I think when you find the 5th volume, it's right there. Would you look at that? There's a big red button behind this book. Guess we should press this. What was stopping us from just knocking over all these books and just finding? Oh, here's a button. Wow. If we would have just knocked over all, like, just throw all that off the shelf. Man, these books look weird. Let's just toss them out. We would have had it. I guess let's go figure out what's going on upstairs. What the heck? What was that sound? It sounded like something really big was moving. It came from the top floor. All right, let's go check it out. Now, I mean, that's where... Oh. What's this right here? What? Huh. There's a keyboard in front of the numbers. And there's some sort of Roman numerals. It's got to be a hint of some sort. Would that be 8, 9, 10, 11? Those are all Roman numerals. Do you think you put in the numbers from the wall on the keyboard? No, you can't. The keyboard doesn't have any number keys. You can't type in stuff like 3 or 4. That means... I bet you gotta type something on that keyboard. Yeah, but you can only enter letters. It looks like you can only enter 4 letters. Let's see how... Oh, I'm guessing hexadecimal? Okay. So if it's hexadecimal, wouldn't it just be A, B, C, and D? Error? Hint? No, that would be... 13, 14, 15. Hold it up. No. 13, 14, I think. Is VI... That might be 6. No, I forget if VI is 4 or if IV is 4. I'm gonna just say this is 13. I'm gonna say probably this is 16. This is 10. Well, it has to be 14 because we can't enter in... Because 16 in hex would be 10. And this would be 13 again. So that would be... A is 10. B... where is it? Oh. How do I open up my files for the hexadecimals? What is Snake doing? If you convert them to Arabic numerals, you'll have 13, 14, 10. Oh, alphanumeric. Okay, so yeah, I was right. 13, 14, 10, 13, true. This keyboard has letters. Once you give the numbers to letters. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm just gonna say I had that. I just didn't have. I just didn't have it. 11B, 12C. So it goes D, E, A, D. So dead. All right, let's just try that. D, E, A, D. Easy. Yay, you did it. It's unlocked now. Good job. Well there, don't get too excited. The password was dead, remember? It just makes me think whatever's waiting for us, it ain't good. Jeez, now you're such an old lady. We can't be worried about stuff like that. I mean, come on. We got done a lot, didn't we? Let's go. Hurry up. So, what opened? Both of these? Alright, let's get this thing open. Alright, that's one escape. We made our great escape from the great library of the Gigantic. I found it. We did it. We made it. Alright, this is the next. The door. That just closed on its own? Don't tell me we can't go back. Oh no, let's see. Oh, that ain't no good. Damn it. Looks like it locks automatically. Is there any other way? Oh. Another door on the right. There's a card reader next to it. It's got a red light on it, so I'm pretty sure it's a lot too. There is a card reader. And perhaps if we find a key card, we could open the door and leave. Well, yeah, but... Wait a minute. Are you have to search this room for one little key card? Oh, man. This place is really messed up. Looks that way? No way, for real? Well, you can sit down and wait to die if that's what you prefer. I rather doubt that, however. So it'd be wise to start looking. We haven't much time. Let's find that key card. Oh, and the Neptune key. We won't be able to get through the hallway without it. Alright, let's begin. Oh, we didn't even get any novel, I think. I don't think we got any novel between escape rooms. We're just going straight to another escape room. I mean, I'll take it. I feel big brain enough for this. We're in the study. Oh, yeah. Oh, never mind. We did get, I guess, technically a novel portion. Or, yeah, because we're on escape portion. All right, let's search. There are piles of crap everywhere. Man, this place is a mess. So messy, I don't know where to start. Some of the crap looks familiar. I think a lot of these parts of the puzzle we solved in other rooms. That's true, then. This room could be Zero's lab. Perhaps Zero would shut himself in this room to devise machines and puzzles he is planning to come to fruition. That's pretty weird. Oh, yeah, I remember this. The nocturnal map. I feel like I've seen this before. The material's been added to the file screen. Studying. It was found. Drafting the fatal line on the right edge must be connected to the line. Alright, I see. Alright, what? Look. The rust on here looks like Elvis's face. Yeah, how exciting. I don't see it. I'm sorry, Clover. I'm sorry I don't see it. Just a pile of shunt. There's nothing useful here. Oh. There's some old computer monitors on this desk. You don't see CRT monitors that much anymore. Sadly. I mean, you can't... You gotta... I wish CRT monitors weren't... Like, not crazy expensive. Well, they can get crazy expensive. But I wish they weren't just becoming a dying thing. The control panel in front of the big screen. Wonder if any of these buttons do anything. Something on the screen now. What's this? There are 15 cells here with numbers and letters in them. Let me see that. I see. So whenever you touch a cell, the ones next to it turn on or off. I gotta use that to make all cells in the right and the bottom green. I found a piece of paper on that thing. You want to take a look? Do you think this might have something to do with the puzzle? It's a piece of paper Clover gave me. There are a bunch of numbers and letters connected by equal sign, just like she said. This is probably related to the puzzle. Thanks, Clover. This really helps. Alright, let's go back and try again. Anyway, looks like I just need to make sure all the cells are all... What's the hint? So... Oh, that's not what I want to do. Oh, hold up. How do I reset? So, I want to do... D plus 6. So, D plus 6 would be 21, which would be L. And so, that would be that. Oh, this is going to be a pain, I think. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so it gets rid of the ones next to it, I see. So if I do this, that would get rid of that. You know, let's just click randomly for a bit, see what happens real quick. Yeah, what can go wrong just clicking randomly? I mean, I got something. I'm getting somewhere. I'm not making any progress, but... Okay, so I can't click on those. So if I do D plus 6, that gives me an L. But 1 plus... So I need an A here, which would just be that... Which would be 10. And so in 10 would be 13... Well, it'd be 6 plus this 4. So that gives me A. And then get L. I need that 6 still. Oh, this is gonna be this is gonna be hard. All right, so I know this needs to be the D and the 4. Then all of these need to be lit. Well, not all of these, I think. Well, if I get rid of that, but I didn't do that, that doesn't give me the L. So everything's lit there, but so let's see what I just have to work with. Oh man, I'm gonna have to pull out. I'm gonna have to pull out the notepad. All right, let's get to work, shall we? So actually, let's pull up MS Paint again. Let's go back to resize. If I do it like, let me just put this like right here, and then let me just do window capture. Add window capture, MS Paint. Okay, all right. Let's narrow this down just to get myself that real quick. If I do it like this, then I can bring this right here. And so we have, you guys. I guess I'll do this. I'll just cut off that last letter there. So I have the D6. I probably want to make this like closer. D6 4, and then 1. F5, and then 9 B C. And so let me drag this over to over there. And so let me pull up the hint now so I can look at this. And so that is the equivalent of, let me do this, of 13 6 4, and then obviously 1 is 1. F is 15, and then 5. And then here would be 9. B is 11. And then C would be 12. And I need this to add up to A, which would be, I need this to add up to 10. I need L to add up to 21, 21, 10, 21, 21. So let me do this to separate them. And so the only way to get 10 here is going to be having 1 plus 9. Like, that is the only way to get 10 here. And so let me circle these. So these need to be on. There's this 1 and this 9. And then from there to get 21, that would be the 15 and 6, right? Because, yeah, there's no other combination there. So these have to be 15 and 6 to get that 21. Then for this 21, I would need the 12, 5, 17. I would need all of these on. And so with that, I need, does this equal to 21? 9 plus 12, 21. 1, 15, 5, 21, and that equals 10, that equals 10. So these are what needs to be on right here. And so let me write now what needs to be on. I need to have, all right, let's box this off as our final solution. So I'm going to X out what is turned off over here. Let me do this real quick since I know my working table right now. So these, I'm going to X out this because that doesn't need to be on, X out this because that doesn't need to be on, and the rest of these need to be on. And so now the problem is going to be figuring out how to get these on or off. And so let me reset. And so I know this needs to be off. This needs to be on. So let me turn that off. Let me turn that like this. And then what this needs to be like that. And so if I do this, this is one's going to be the hard part. And so that is on. Actually, did I get it? Cool. Who knew that just figuring out the lights there would actually just do that? All right, so now I'm just gonna hit don't save on this in case I need MS Paint again. I'm just gonna hide it for now and minimize it. I am very glad that I got that. You're so smart. Thank you. I actually feel very accomplished solving that one. You seem to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. That's what I would expect of you. Hey, come on, you're embarrassing me. Whoa, don't get cocky, kid. We don't got time for that. Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. The lid's open, something came out. I'm guessing it would be this thing. Cross emblem, L shape. This looks like a thing you would see on medieval times. And I don't believe there's anything else I need over here. Nothing happens when I press the buttons. And these are the... Oh, damn. This thing's locked. It's not moving. It's pretty obvious how we're supposed to open it. Okay, so I need to solve, like, it looks like 4 puzzles to get this open. Okay, there's 4 of these. 4 indentions, huh? Nothing's happened. Wait, what's it doing? Feel symbols engraved just above each indentation. On the upper left is the steering wheel symbol. On the upper right is the cross symbol. On the bottom left, mysterious circle symbol. And lastly, the waffle patterns engraved near the bottom of the right indentation. Additionally, each symbol is seems to be given a number. 1 steering wheel, 2 cross, 3 mysterious circle, and 4 waffle. Perhaps you need to insert the emblems in this order. That order, huh? It's so small. I wonder what it is. I got no idea. Keyboard. Let's just have a few keys so we can wait this thing up. Damn, no dice. There are 3 monitors here. The power's on, but nothing's on the screen. All right, so what's going on over here? Oh, we might have to do the same thing we did last time. We have to guide this in a certain direction. Mars part of the machine. It's really dim though. It's got a map of the world, but I can barely see it. It looks like there's a compass there. Oh, I know, I get it. What do you mean? Guess you weren't there, Cobra. I saw a puzzle like this in the wheelhouse. I think I just need to do the same thing here. Same thing. The important part is this nautical table we just found. I think I just need to match up the directions on the compass with the lines on the nautical table. I use the steering wheel in the wheelhouse, but this time I'm just going to use the wheel attached to the side here. Show me now. Maybe I'll run through the instruction. This looks like it probably works the same way the steering wheel in the wheelhouse did. If I just touch the direction I want it to turn to, the compass will turn that direction. I just got to press stop when the compass is pointing to where I want it to. I think something will happen if I do it right. All right, let's do this. Hit. Okay, so I need to... All right, that's the problem, is it goes... All right, I'm going to have to pull out the notepad again to memorize this. I don't think I'm going to have to show this one because this is just right direction. So it looks like we're starting England and go south, and then west, and then southeast, and then northeast, and then east, then north, and then east. I believe that is how that is. And so let's make our way south. Oh, I forgot I don't have to hold it. All right, south and then west. And then southeast. So let it pass it south. Stop that. And then northeast. Yeah, northeast. And then east. And then north. And then east again. There we go. We did it. Oh, thank you, Clover. I really actually appreciate that. Knock it off. We don't have time for screwing around right now. Check out the right side of the monitor. Kind of just slid open and something came out. Oh yeah, I heard a noise too. You know, the big box in the hall by the exit, I think it made a noise. Like something unlocking, you know? Noise, huh? Alright, so let me take this helm emblem. And she said something unlocked. Was it this? No? There's something written on a piece of paper. Looks like we got 3 sheets of the stuff. New materials been added to the file screen. Morse code. Oh, crap. Oh, no, no, no. I'm gonna have to memorize Morse code. Alright, where... Can I go in here? No. This is probably just junk. Pretty impressive mess. We're trying to search every one of these. We're gonna be at till the cows come home. Doesn't seem too bad. We want to bring them in ourselves. Don't get smart with me, kid. How about we deal with this area later, okay, guys? Maybe we should do something more promising. Side of the machine, the rust makes it feel rough. All right, and so there's something. Hey, it sounds like a door opened. What's this thing right here? Metal shutter looks pretty sturdy. It's framed with black and yellow warning stripe. Let's open it. Why is the coffin thing here? Pretty creepy. There's a coffin in there. A coffin. Oh man, does Seven think? Yeah, he's all pale. He's thinking the same thing I am. No way. Could this be? Sorry, but what's going on? It's a coffin. I wonder if there's a vampire in it. Yeah, I guess Clover and Snake don't know the story. Man, I can't bring myself to tell them. But at any rate, let's have a look around. There's a metal plaque. Snake's touching it. All ice. The two machines. Holy shit, man, this is serious. Well, let's open it, shall we? Clover, give me a hand. Oh, we are messing with Egyptian forces beyond our comprehension. I got it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Huh. No luck. Doesn't seem to be ready to open. Yeah, but it's not like it's screwed shut or something. I believe it's locked in some other way. You think you'd open it with just your superhuman strength? No, what's wrong? I think I'll pass on this one, alright? What the heck? Very well. To give up on the coffin for now, let's look around the room a little more, shall we? Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the force and knowledge beneath the navel of the gigantic. Is that actually true? It's starting to sound like it. Oh, why do we? I mean, yeah, it's fair to close it, I guess. So I have these two. I think I already did. Let's see what happens when oh, these are new ones. Got some on the screen, huh? What's this? Oh, wait a minute. I saw something like this when I figured that Morse code puzzle back in the completion off. Morse code, yeah. The dots in the look like dits for Morse code. There are 2 dots on the first line, 4 on the second, and 1 on the last. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, perhaps you should give it a shot anyway. Alright, I'll try. Before I do with that, though, maybe I'll run through the instructions. If I tap the button, I'll enter a dit. If I hold the button, I'll enter a da. Once we enter our answer, I'll automatically determine if it's the correct answer or not. I can also switch through the code sheets I've got by touching the 3 icons on the right. Let's do this. And so, what am I... Oh, I didn't want to do that. So, what am I supposed to be making? Is there some maybe am I supposed to have you're supposed to enter here? Because the word that's supposed to go here has 3 letters. It's got 3 lines. I think each line is 1 letter. Is that the case? And perhaps the letters you need are made up of 2 symbols, 4 symbols, and 1 symbol. Is that what you just said? 1 line is 2 spaces, the next 4, and the last one. So in other words, I gotta either enter the dots or dashes, and instead of 2, then instead of 4, then just 1. That would seem. Maybe I'll run through the instructions. Okay. Let's enter our answer. Switch to the code sheets. All right, let's do this. So what? It won't be all again because it needs 1. So the last words have to. The last one has to be either E or T. And so if I do A, what could that be? ALT alt maybe? Man, let's try that. A and then L. And then what was the T? It was just a... Okay, it wasn't right. And so... What could the A... Because I was thinking all for like... Similar to how we had that in the last one. Because there's a... So, I don't believe it's going to start with an I. Might start with an M. Oh, it could... Is it... Actually, it could start with an I. Hold up. Ice, maybe? For Ice 9? Let me try that. And then... Oh, sweet. That's all the puzzle, Junpei. Excellent work. The answer was ice. How'd you know? All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that was... I didn't do that, but... Ah, yes. I believe I heard a noise somewhere on the right of the device. It sounds like something sliding open. You see anything that could have made that noise? That's true. Oh, yes. One more thing. I heard a sound from behind the shutter. Perhaps the coffin is unlocked now? Alright, take that. Guess let's go open up the... I'm not looking forward to this. Alright, fine, I'll open it. Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Holy shit, this is a coffin. There's gonna be something horrible in there. There's no way. Okay, deep breaths. Here we go. There's nothing. What? There's nobody in there? I can't wait. I was scared of something like that. What do you mean nobody? We're expecting someone to be in there? It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime. There's like 7 said there's no one in there. There's some in there though. Well, 2 somethings. What is that? So this is a key. I'm trying to click on it. There we go. So looks like we got a plate with an emblem on it and the Neptune key. We finally found it. Now we can get through the hallway. It's correct. But we do need to get out of this room first, you know? Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we use the Neptune key in this room. It's really important, so I'll keep it in my pocket. As far as the other thing goes, I'll take that. So now we got to go put in those 4, like, emblems, which I believe was on this machine over here. Put the emblem in the station, but nothing's happening. 1 through 4. There's symbols for the steering wheel, cross, a weird circle, some kind of waffle pattern. So steering wheel. Let's just drop the emblem on the steering wheel. All right. Whoa, now I got something in the monitors at least. What's that? Looks like some kind of puzzle. I wonder if these are the rules here. I'll read them to you. When you touch the numbered area, the area will be selected and will turn blue to indicate this. Touch the numbered ball to the selected area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls in a single area. Press the check button once you moved all the balls except for the red ones, which you cannot move. The digital route of the balls in the area must match the number for that area. That's it. Jeez. Still don't really get it, whatever. They say practice makes perfect. Let's give it a shot. Don't you mean practice makes perfect? Hey, let's see you solve the next one, and then you can make fun of me. All right, so what am I moving? So I need the digital root to be 6, I guess. So if I put 6 in there, all right, and I need to use all the balls. So if I do, so digital root to be 3 is something. Let's just do like, cannot use this number. So I cannot use 9. Okay, that'll make it too easy. So 7 plus 6 will give me 15, which would be 6 right now. So let me just do that over here. And that would give me 6. Then they get a basic 3. 5, 9, 3, 1. I think. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That would give me 4. If I do 8, okay. You know what? Why not check? Okay, cool. I didn't math it out. I'll take it. This is it, right? But nothing's happening. There are 3 more indentations left empty. Imagine something will happen. They're all filled. Doesn't that all seem likely? All right. What was the next one needed? Yeah, the numbers 1 through 4. Steering wheel, cross. So I guess the next one's the cross. I'm gonna have to do the same thing here. Some show up on the screen. The puzzle looks a lot like the last one, yeah, but there's more of those red balls you can't move. The numbers in each area are different too. So it's the same rules as the last one though. Sure you don't want to double check that? No, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I'll just look at the screen over there, right? Anyway, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Let's give it a shot. Isn't that a picture's worth 1,000 words? Yeah, shit, I'm trying, all right? All right, to get 1. So 1's blocked out. So let's just start with making 7. And so that would be 8. And then this would be 15. That would be 6. And if I do 6 again, that'd be 6 plus 7, which is 13, plus 8. You know what? I'll just do it like this. Why not? I'm not even bothered. I'm not gonna check. Aw. All right, well, maybe making 1 will be easier first. So 8, 9, 10. That gives me 1. And so how can I make 10 again? Easy. 4 and 6, or 7 and 3 technically. And so if I do 15, that would be too much because that'd be 10 plus 5. And so maybe if I add 7 and 3, this would give me 11 plus 4. All right, maybe it's 8, not 8 and 2, 6 and 4. Let's just put that over here. And then 2 and 8. Oh, I want to put the 8. So 10. That's missing a 1. I need 1 more here, pretty much. And so if I grab, let's just say 6, and I get rid of. I wish I could pull up the calculator thing for the digital root here. So to get 1, maybe if I do 5 and then 5, that gives me 10. And then to get 7, I would need to do, let's just do, this gives me 15. And this would give me 15. You know what? Why not that? Why not? Let's just do it like this. Let's just see what happens here. Okay, cool. That's awesome. There's only 2 left now. You can do it. Oh, I don't think so, man. You got more hope than I do. You got a lot more hope than I do. Let's put the emblem Damn, this puzzle looks a lot like the last one. The rules are the same though. Don't you think you should double check it? This is the third time I've done this. I'll be fine. Can't think of anything clever. Please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something. Yeah, just give me a break. I'll think of something. Just do. Oh crap. I mean, there's less numbers for me to guess around with, so that I guess helps. So if I do 9 and I do 7, that gives me 16. Then I'm just gonna blindly check with these. Cool. Less numbers makes it easy to guess. So I just need to get one right, and then I'll just have the other one go. You only got one left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's impressive. That's impressive. And then this is the fourth one. This puzzle looks like a lot like the last couple. I think it's probably the last one. Once you solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. All right, I'll solve it in no time. Oh, it's the same ones that are blocked out. Okay, 9. So what do I just do? 9, and then. Oh. So how can I get, what would that be, 18 I would need? So if I did 8, that give me 12. Actually, if I do 10, 7, 11, 19, I mean, probably, I think that gives me 9 right there, right? 7, 14, 18? How is that going to open the lock? Because that is 8, and that's 11, 16, 17, 18. That's digital root of 9. This is right. I'm gonna write these numbers down. I'm gonna go check and see if this is right. If this says I'm wrong, I'm gonna be kind of upset. So would that be 7? I'm gonna write this down in the notepads to remember. So I have 7, 4, 5, 2. I'm gonna go in the calculator and just do wait. I just don't get this at all. The rules are displayed. Maybe I should read them again. No. So let me use my mouse to click on this. 7 plus 4 plus 9 plus 2. Okay, never mind. It's not. It's 4. Okay. Okay. No, 5. My bad. I was wrong. 7 plus 4 plus 5 plus 2. 9. So I did get that right. It is. I did get 9 and 8 as my digital root. The screen showing me the ball puzzle. When you touch a number area, the area is selected. Touching a number ball to move it. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only. Oh, it has to be 3 to 5. Okay. Okay. I see. I see. However, you cannot move the red balls. So there needs to be 3 at least in each. So to get a digital root of 8, let me start with what 3 can I use to make 9? So that gives me 9 right there. And that gives me 17. Well, if I need 3 in each, how am I gonna do that? I don't have enough. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is not. There's not 2 right there. So either I'm right or the game's wrong. That's what I'm saying. All right, so let's try this. Let's just try 7 and 2. We'll do it the other. We'll do it the other way. I don't know if this would be. Okay, so that's not 8 either. Does it need? Would this work? There are numbers left, and so 8. This combination will open the door. But this is right, and I can't put 3 in each. That's the thing that bugs me. Okay, if you want to play your way game, I see. I'll play your game. I'll try and figure. So 8, and then 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. No, hold up. So this is 13, and this would give me 9 plus 8, 17, and this would give me. This is also right. What more do you want from me? These are both right. I've had 2 right answers. Because 8 plus, that's 12, plus 15, that's 17, which would give me 8. What more do you want from me? Alright, let's try maybe this combination. If I do 4, 5, and I do 2. I think I already did that combination, I think. 8. So let me just do 4. plus 7. That gives me 11. And this will give me 19, so that wouldn't be it. So if I do 8 plus 5 plus 2. I already did this combination, so I can't do that. 8 plus... No. 8 plus 7 would give me 15. 16, 17. That wouldn't work. That would give me 13. And if I add 4, that would give me 9, 15. That wouldn't be it. 8, 7, 15, 16, 17. That wouldn't line up, but that would line up with this, which I think I already did. And that would... I feel like I'm being played here. I've gotten 2 right combinations here, and they both said I'm wrong. Because it says I need... The rules are displayed. Maybe I should read them again. Because it says I need... When you touch a number area, the area will be selected. Touching a ball after selecting the area will cause that ball to be moved to the area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls into a single area. Press the check button once you move all the balls. The majority of the balls in the area must match the number for that area. Well, I guess those are the rules. And so I'm right on this, though. I've been right twice. Because I can't have 3 balls in both areas. Unless I'm just supposed to ignore one. In which case, I'll just try that. Am I just supposed to ignore that area or something? Really? Really? No. That's what we're doing. Where'd that noise come from? Underneath the cup? Good job. You answer all the questions. Good job. Hey, did you hear something just now? I heard that as well. From the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe. What's... Oh, this is a picture of all of them. Picture? Oh, so that was the ninth man. What the hell is this? The man with the mustache on the right. He's the same guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters. He had the 0 bracelet on his arm. And this second man with the glasses and the doctor's coat, he's the 9th man, the one with the bracelet number 9. He died after he went in the door 5. But this guy, the one in the striped shirt, that's Ace. That's Ace. Yeah, I guess it is. No doubt about it. But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, 9th man, and Cap too. The question is, who's this other one? They look happy, like they know each other well. How are these 4 men connected? They all worked at Credo Pharmaceuticals. Is that Ace in that picture? Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently, though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger. So the 9th man, the man he found murdered in the captain's quarters, are also in this picture. Yeah. Is there anyone else, or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see. Now, there's one more guy. He's got kind of long hair. He looks smart, but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize. What's the date of the photograph? Doesn't have one. Joke in the back? The back. The reverse, the other side. Ah. Praying for the success of the Narnia Project with Nijisaki Kubato. Then 4 men in this picture were the organizer of the non-air games. That means Ace, 9th man, and Cap are all responsible for making it happen. But you already knew this, didn't you? I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be. Why am I not surprised? Ace was the one in charge of the non-air project, but then why am I so calm? It's like you did already know. Of course, I understand now. Ace was the CEO of Credo Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was, yeah. Ace is Hongo. I had my suspicions since the beginning. Their voices were similar, too similar to be a coincidence. I can never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. Couldn't be sure though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. If I had known, however, I would have never told you. So you made it quite clear what would happen if I did. I had no idea. I didn't know that Ace was Hongo. Oh yes, I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago you were in Building Q in Nevada, but Hongo was in Gigantic with us. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why didn't you tell me? I mean, you could have told me. I'm sorry, I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I told you, you would have told everyone else. If you did, that would have been unfortunate to tell me what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that. Hey, Junpei, can I borrow that picture for a second? Sure. Hongo. I mean, I guess he's trying to get his memory back. Hey, 7, do you? Shut it, just be quiet. I'm this close to remembering. You gonna remember that you're a cop now? Shit, what? What's wrong? Holy shit, this is nuts. What's nuts? I remember. Remember what? Everything. Oh, he remembers everything now. He doesn't even just remember partial. I remember all of it. My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched. Let me tell you what happened. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo. From the right, the other 2s are... Yeah, I should know it was the man of cash. He was Hunger's right-hand man and could to develop the actual technical details of the experiment. How do you know all this? Come on, man, I told you I finally got my memory right. And that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place before you forgot. You really want to know? Of course. Me too. It's gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything. Well, we don't have 3 days. Just give us a short version. Alright, I'll give it a shot, no promises though. I'm a detective. It's all awkward to say this about myself. You could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I own my own coat. And I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck before I could barely see. I was investigating domestic kidnappings, all of them children. They all had one thing in common, a history of visits to one particular hospital, a hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And in my investigation, I turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in kidnappings. After a little sweet talk, and I managed to finally get a real lead from somewhere inside Cradle. My source told me this. Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore. And so I headed to the wharf. In the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. Came out of high with my gun already in hand. Don't move. I felt metal to the back of my head. Drop the gun. Could kill you right now. Easy to get away with it too. Just tie an anchor to your feet and no one will find you for a week. That's what you want. The fish here would love a meal. Kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what I said and laid my gun on the ground, and suddenly there was a sharp pain in my neck, a needle, a drug. That was my last thought. I faced it cold concrete and I was out like a light. So it looks like it's just the same story that he told us in that one route. I woke up on the hard floor. My head hurts. Then a quick once over the room. Where am I? Small shabby bed, a dirty sink, totally no privacy. I've seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy about my way over to it. I remember this puzzle. Pull it on it and I pulled on it. It won't open. Not like I expected much. She would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. Gave up and made my way to the bed, sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then I heard a faint voice. There's over. It's 9. The voice was very far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Oh, here, K. No, it was several. Here, 5 or 6, maybe more. Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. I wonder if they're going to show the full area that he came out on the other side of the grate to see if it confirms what I thought whenever we went into the research lab, that that's where he was open up, where it had like the mannequin with the electro things plugged into its head. What? Left. Just come from under the bed. I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed's hidden air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I tried to fly on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit. I knew in my gut this is where the voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head. Tonight a ship is set to take the show into a large passenger liner docked offshore. Whoa, am I on that ship? I didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I shocked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... I'm not gonna make those voices. I don't got it in me right now. How do you like that, you son of a bitch? Finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face and I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wiggle on my belly. And widen up eventually, there was space for me to crawl on my hand and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better. Probably take out what I can get. But, and when I've been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it would take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door just been slammed shut. And there was a voice. Warning. Emergency incineration command. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. What? I'm not sure what it meant, but oh, is this like the same place we got on the end of the road on that one path where we were in the incinerator at the very end? There's almost on cue. I heard a messy young sound of voices. No, help me. A bunch of voices. How? That made my hair on my neck stamp straight. Damn it, what the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the deck as fast as I could. I managed to rack it, but I didn't care at that point. Soon found a metal door on the other side of the duct. Kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? Couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top and there had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. They were the kids I've been searching for. They all got to me. Suddenly stopped for the moment from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. I think I blame running in a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not gonna hurt me. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there frozen, well, except one. There's a boy slightly over the others in private school. Is that Santa? Who the hell are you? He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. Why did they relax some the second I got the words out? How are you gonna help us? Where's the exit? There isn't one. The doors we came in when I opened the doors over there. The kid cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind. Anyway, there's no point. Can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death. Burned to death. Okay, you hear it? The voice said the incinerator is gonna start up soon, so. The voice spoke again. Incineration will begin in 15 minutes. They only have 15 minutes. I look back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 to 30 feet to the floor. No one can pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. They're right there. I'll be right back. What? Where's he going? Are you gonna just leave us here? He got frightened again. No. I'm not the best with that kind of thing, but I try to reassure them to smile. Don't worry, alright? I'll be back, I promise. So stay calm and wait right here. Got it? I didn't wait to hear him respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry as fast as a guy could on his hands and knees. It didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of here, but I had a plan. I need something from the room. When I got it, I dove back in the hole and took off towards the incinerator. Then, sorry to keep you waiting, guys. Tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I torn the bedsheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it'd get the job done. All right, just tie it around yourselves, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time, right? Oh, wait a second, something's off. There's more of you before. Where the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered. I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left. What, you're telling me you opened that door? That's what I said. What the hell are you doing here? We couldn't go with them. Why not? We're the only people who can get through that numbered door. Is the milk explaining when... Incineration will begin in 5 minutes. The wall shook a bit from the voice bouncing around. What? That could all wait, right? Just get us out of here. Right. Grabbed onto the rope. First one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail next to a girl with a red necktie. Boy in Jack came after her. Said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard someone knock, and everyone went to the door. That thick square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in. That's a little bit more than anger. That dude's like, he's on something. Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those kids? The door opened and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name. And so that's Ace, isn't it? I saw the boy hanging from the rope. It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry! I know! The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope. Son of a bitch, get back here, you little shit. 15 feet, 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him in the dirt behind me. Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face and was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. Quickly reared on the rope, waving a fierce Hongo yelling at me from the floor. You bastard, you won't get away with this. How dare you compromise the experiment? Experiment? What experiment? Incineration will begin in 1 minute. Hey, old man, what are you doing? Hurry up. The boy in the uniform is trying to get my attention. Man, throwing his salute in the rag and asshole space before I close the door behind me. No point going back to the cell, so we went the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everyone nodded until it turned sliding down it. The duct emptied us into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. One on the left was a normal double door, but the other one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes and device next to it on the wall. Plate on it read incinerator. Incinerator? That's where we were. It was the girl in the red tie who answered me. We were inside incinerator, yeah. Hango might still be there. Looks like it's been shut off though. Wait, if he's still in there, that's not good. That meant we better. Gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry. Kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run. Didn't need to tell them twice. We went up and up and up. Our feet pounded the steps, our arms pumping fast. We went round and round and round like the devil was on our tail. The stairs kept going. And so there's Snake. We passed a couple of items, and the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke. Something's up. Connie's not catching up. My kid, sister, the girl with the red necktie. Connie, wait. No, what? Oh, please don't tell me that they're in cahoots together. No, there's no way. There's no way. Hey, he cupped his hand, nobody answered him. Maybe we outran her. When the from skid to a stop. I stopped too instead of the other two kids. When did we do? Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe we should just go rest in one of them? It's impossible. Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs. You turned to go. Wait, I said wait. I don't think the kid heard me. Spun around to the boy in shack and the girl with the ponytail. I'm gonna go after him. You keep going, alright? Girl now ran up the stairs with the boy. I'm going with you. I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. We all ran the way to bottom floor, calling for her. Connie was nowhere to be found. Where the hell did she go? I could tell the kid was frustrated, and then suddenly we heard a girl's voice. The boy in the uniform threw open the door and left in the hallway by the incinerator, rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. The bastard. There was fortunes. Come on. I don't... Point... Hold up. She points her feet square on the floor and was struggling to get away, but Hango was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win. Connie, her brother, roared of anger and charged to her. Hango, help me. You're too late. Hango lifted Connie's body into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator. Before he could even blink, Hango up through the door after her. We saw him head inside and... Is he just... What? Why? The door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open, but... It's no use, the thing won't move an inch. He started slamming his fist against the door. It's close to shatter his knuckles about how hard he was pounding on it. No, I 100% get this feeling. I get it. Came back, her voice was muffled, but all I could hear the sheer terror. What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here. Where's Hango? You want out the other door? Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration take place in 18. Please evacuate. Repeat. Emergency incineration. Kidding me? Same damn thing. Are you in there? Yeah, we're here. Just hang all right. We're gonna figure out a way to save you. His words would seem like a sit choked to her. She'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right there. Incineration will begin in 17. Please, I'm really scared. Yeah. Please don't want to die. I don't want. Also, her being called Connie right there, I'm guessing that just confirms that they're the same people. It was I was holding out hopes that it would be there would be a shot that they weren't, and it was just coincidence. But no, it seems like it's gonna be the same if her name's Kane, unless I heard like Santa say something to her called Kane. I just missed it. Brother's near crying himself. He can only stand there, fist clenched so tight his knuckles were white. What happened then? Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I'll remember that? Then, yeah. If I know it's gonna be like this, I almost wish I had remembered. Are you sure? Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl Kane really? I'm sure. If there was anything we could do after a while, the countdown ended. We heard something burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as we couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed, the door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet, running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. Like standing on hot asphalt, the air was wavering. In the middle of the room, there it lay. Kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it and fell to his knees as his legs came out on him, and then... I'm part of me surprised he just didn't lose it, just seeing it, walking up, and like I would have lost it. Like, yeah, I get it. It doesn't explain why he, I mean, I guess he's doing all this for revenge, unless he because then we have the problem with Akane being here and everything like that still, and unless he got his memory wiped or something, he just doesn't know that, but in which case, why would he be doing revenge and not knowing it despite being zero? Like, there's some things that there's still some weird stuff going on. Can I ask you one more thing? What's that? The girl, Connie, what was her last name? What does it matter to you? Just tell me, okay, please? Kurashiki. So, yeah, it was her. You were there that day, weren't you? Talking to the jacket. That was you, wasn't it? It was. You were correct, detective. Don't misunderstand me. Told you before I was Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. Couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago. So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right? Of course not. Clover, what about you? Come on, you really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before I was in Nevada. I'm building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you. Guess I believe you. Alright, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name. Yeah? Is that kind of his brother? You know that? I didn't, did you? Well, yes and no. It was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa, at least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no real reason to think Santa was Zoe. When did you figure it out? Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects in the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library, when she told me that I had a feeling. Santa Zoe? Kane, Jun's brother? There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, a lot. But there's one thing I think we can say now. What's that? The body found in the shower room? It had to be Nidasaki, dressed up to look like Snake. What? Come on, man. What kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that already? Go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, alright? It cut me some slack. Well, if he is, the 3 murders makes sense, don't they? That's right, murder. Kubota blew himself up. That was murder too. So why those murders take place? Junpei is correct. The body in the shower room was Nirasaki's. That means all the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the non-area project. Kubota, the man who conducted the actual experiments, Nirasaki, Ango's assistant, and Musashito, the man who financed the project. I mean, this is all his revenge. Santa's here. Was he revenge for the death of his sister? That's why he killed them? I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? Pretty sure I don't have to tell you. Yes, it's gonna be Ace, who he kind of deserves it. Person who planned the non-area project. In other words, Ace. What? Whoa, what the hell's going on? It must be 6 a.m. Our time's up. Shit, come on, we need to get out of here. Ow. Yeah, we have the key card. Let's just go. Book it. I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go. The material's been added to the follow screen. Key card 0. What material got added? A picture taken 9 years ago? Okay. Alright, and then... let's see. I am going to save real quick. Just... okay, it's finished saving. Turn the tile screen. No. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go grab some water real quick. I will BRB about... let's say about 4 or 5 minutes. Uno momento. All right. There we go. Let me pull chat and stuff back up real quick. There we go. And let us continue our journey. I don't want to save. I have the key card. 6 a.m. Not 6 a.m. Well, I guess it is 6 a.m. and it's time for us to escape. Let's swipe this card and get the hell out of here. Junpei, look. Let me actually. Oh, I can't look at the flow right now. Look, it's unlocked. Yeah, now we can go back to the library. Hurry up. We don't have time. Let's go. Let me look at the flow. Oh, and so we still got a lot. Jeez, I thought that was going to be the novel portion of this. All right, let's go. But that was a good bit of an explanation there. I mean, we needed all of it for the most part. But I'm surprised that was just the escape room. Oh, I got an achievement. Seek a way out again. Gain all memories of escape in 999. I think the shaking stopped. It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger. You're right, let's hurry. The exit needs the Uranus card too. Junpei, yeah, I know. Alright, it's open, let's go. Now alright, Neptune, see if it worked too. Think it unlocked. And we're at the incinerator. So it's the incinerator. It's the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so. Then there ought to be a lever near the door. Right here. Pull that and the door should open. Got it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be on the other side, I'm guessing. Let's go. Alright, there's door number 9. There's Santa, there's a... What the hell's going on? What's wrong? Are you okay? Came to get me? Of course, I made a promise. I'm glad you're here, so glad. What happened to you? I'm fine. I fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. Feeling a lot better now, though. Are you sure? Just need to rest a little longer. I'll sure be fine. You shouldn't worry about me. Santa. Where is it? Where's the gun? You hide somewhere? I don't have it. Got a second punch and they took the gun? Who took it? Isn't that obvious? I took the gun. Yeah, this dude is... Can we just kill him already, please? Let me do it with my own 2 hands. Give me a first-person shooter mode with that gun. I'll do it myself. What the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I would say, Gentaro Hongo, the CEO of Creo Pharmaceuticals. You have me at a disadvantage that I don't like. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? You can't even begin to understand my pain. Are you serious, Ace? The pain of prosopagnosia, right? Another irritating insect. How do you know that? Good question. No matter if you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. It's a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First this 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this... 9. The 9th man, Kubito's bracelet. I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must think Zero, I suppose. Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa? At any rate, the game ends now. I will escape and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. That's just to enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait. What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open. What is this? Why? This order should be 9. It has to be 9. Then why isn't it opening? Now. Oh, okay, yeah. Take the gun from him, give it to me, I'll do it myself. That was close. Thank you, 7. Don't mention it. Just 1 punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, it ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat. 9 years ago, then you must be. Finally figured it out, dumbass. He deserves the worst, Ace. You killed Kubito, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you? Nijisaki, you don't know yet. Alright, we'll go through them in order then. Let's start with Kubito. You taught the Kubito and managed to convince him to go to door 501. You killed him. If I'm making him look like you killed him. The way I figured, you had 4 motives. 1. And the 9 games number 9 is dangerous. Whoever the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Added 9 to a number doesn't change the digital route. Which means the 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so you can make use of its power. The fact that you did use it in the murder of Murasaki. 3. Even if the number 9 Kubito was a problem. You knew your past, you knew what happened 9 years before. You knew the silence him before you told anyone. 4. The last and perhaps the most disturbing, you used him as a test. You want to know how serious the non-air games was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That's why you killed him. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for missing parts of the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your processing nausea, you didn't realize it was Nijisaki. Chiefly because when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That's why you thought Nijisaki was Snake. That was Nijisaki. I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remember him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Was he keeping quiet because he can't see, or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me? Whatever the reason, anyone knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubito's bracelet. You just waved it over the red, verified your own number, grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. Then 81 seconds passed, and poor Nijisaki was dead. You mean to say that Snake is still alive? Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, if you didn't try to kill me, I would still hate you very much. I wouldn't blame you. Last but not least was talk about Mishimoto's death. When Cobra and I were investigating the chart room and you came over to talk to me, do you remember what you said? Oh, a pocket watch? Might take a look at it. I handed you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the non-air project, of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle. Which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place in the watch and the indication to unlock it. If the door opened, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there, conveniently placed next to him with an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. Picked up that axe and buried the boy deep in the other man's chest. One bullet was all. I mean, that explains, I guess, why the blood was completely fresh and recent, and not just he's been here for a long time. Your return chart room is nothing happening. There was something I want to speak with you about, Jim. Can you come with me for a moment? I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember I slipped your hand into my vest. You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your trooper was having to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. It had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate, but what made you willing to risk doing it? Ace, Mr. Shido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it, but why? Because of this. What's with the paper? Just read it. Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the non-air games, the second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by the camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look in the camera and repent. Once you've confessed everything, I'll release you from the ship. Make your confession more credible. I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours, do as you please, 0. And so you decided to just kill him? When I woke a room in the D-deck, I found that in my pocket. That's why I chose door 1 when we voted. But I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for you, or for me, you got it first. The sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice. I meant to kill him from the beginning then. Mitsushido, I mean. I only knew Mitsushido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you're correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove his so-called witness. Ace, Figured out, haven't you? You're being manipulated. Yes, so it would seem. It was a little more than a puppet in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled, and their psychic jokes like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Mr. Shida was deliriously anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was the trap. It was Zero's trap, and I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Did everything you wanted me to do. Yeah, by manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All this for revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this non-airy games happened. Am I right, Santa? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any. Ain't no point in trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you. Hey, Kush. My memory came back to me, kid. There's no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, guess it was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person you're playing the non game this time around was Zero, and Zero's you. Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then. Got me. I was one of the kids in non-air game 10 years ago. I made it out. Started Snake. There's one thing. No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero. What? Sure, I was helping Zero out. I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. An assistant's only assistant. I didn't come up with all this. I just followed Zero's orders. Then if you're not Zero, who is? Calm down. Did I say 2 things? Made one mistake. Junpei, you just said all this revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this non-air games happened. That's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the non-air game. To save someone. Save someone, right. You're about here to help my sister to save Akane. What are you talking about? She died 9 years ago. I was there, I saw. What? What the hell? Where is she? My head, it feels like it's gonna pop. Seven, what's going on? I don't know, I swear my head feels like it's about to explode. What was the non-air project? I'm sure I know. I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. I will say, him being like even just an assist on this, actually just thinking about it, it does explain how he knew of, like, why he would understand the stuff like the mice, the experiment that he brought up before and all that stuff, yet he did act like in the beginning he didn't know. I guess he just let it slip about this stuff. Hey, have you heard about this stuff and whatnot? The morphogenic field theory, could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That's what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of the identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to transmit them to their brothers and sisters in the Gigantic. The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put in Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to split up, but there was a mistake. Connie was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q, however, for some reason she was placed on the Gigantic, with the receivers like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who's supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Kane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough, you get it, don't you? Pretty sure you know where this is going. Where what is going? Don't play dumb. Know things you shouldn't, things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubuto and how Ninja Psyche was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? What about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it? Well, that's... He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures then? Imagine a river that splits into like an upside down Y. The river flows from top to bottom like a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction, can never flow backwards. Information's the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but it never flows backwards. That's why people at the river source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to put knowledge from the future. I know what happens in either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am the 9th letter of the alphabet, but I am also Zero. No, that's not true. I'm not really Zero, not yet. Perhaps you could say I'm less than Zero. Zero is my future. In 9 years, I will be Zero. Where did she go? June, no, Akane, where'd you go? Santa, why is Clover? Oh shit. Freeze. Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up. Can we stop? Can one of us finally take care of the gun, please? And stop giving it to the 2 people that, you know, want to kill others, that would be a good start to solving our problems. And stop giving the gun, like the only weapon here, to two people who are kind of, one of them's a psychopath. The other one, he's kind of justified in some of his reasons. For, like with this, he's justified in this. Like in doing this to Ace if Akane's dead. 100% justified in that case. But can we get rid of him? Like, he's helping Zero, that threatened all our lives. Can we get rid of the gun on him too? Please? Looks like he turned the tables on Ace though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head. Get up. Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he looks drained. Guess he's going for the door. He doesn't need to verify to go through the door, but what's your point, Santa? What are you doing? Can't get through any number door, just two people. What is he thinking? Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to make a wish come true. That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that mean? Shit, they're out. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Because there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens. Well, looks like this door isn't opening up anytime soon. We were trapped? It would seem. What the hell is Santa trying to do? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what? Have you considered where we are? There's only one thing Santa would do now. Can't be serious. We gotta do something. Maybe we can still get through door 9. There's the red. Alright, I just gotta know that's gonna work. There's no way. 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26. 2 plus 6 equals 8. Is there any combination that'll work? Can I borrow your pen and notebook? Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Because she's writing equations, a lot of them. Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. I don't need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez. What are you doing, Culver? Give me that. Alright, at least 7 got away from her. Maybe now I can look at what she was writing. Let's see. There's only one combination. What? There's no other way? Lotus. Looks like she figured it out though. Man, this is just too cruel. It's okay, Lotus. No, we can't do that. Don't give me that. I'm sure you know how to get rid of me. Where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did. Without, fear not, look. It'd be all for a cop. He sure doesn't have much confidence. Bad? Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job. Look, I'm not leaving you behind, alright? End of story. Sorry, I'm not leaving you either. You didn't honestly think I'd ban you, did you? You're all idiots. I'm as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry. I mean, there's no way I'm abandoning Lotus. There's no way in hell. If I'd be pissed if we did. Like, Lotus, she's been a huge MVP so far. That being said, however, I doubt we'd be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind. Why? Trust you remember what happened to Ace. I couldn't see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the red. Oh yeah. No, what's this? Why? The digital route should be 9. It has to be 9. Then why isn't it opening? Just to see. Why don't we give it a shot? Give it a shot. That is what I said. 2, 4, 5, 7. Was it? Maybe it's not a. It's not a 9. It ain't opening. But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then. I'm sure of it. You think maybe they changed the settings? Perhaps. Shit. If we can't get through the store, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we can get that whole 7 popped out 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at the door with a 9 on it. Guess this is it. This is the end. Or it's not 9. We could try that. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard, smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him, what he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. Yeah, Kane vision. I just realized that at the top. It was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him and became one, said Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future, but I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, the other was the future. Perhaps you could think of it as 2 movies showing the same screen at the same time. Eventually it became difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That's why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me. Come on over here. That's my brother. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 700 children. They all looked like they were about my age. We ran down the long straight hallway and burst in the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. Two of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home. She said, I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It's been 2 hours since the Niner games began. We're starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, White started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake. Hello, everyone. Just come over here for a moment. He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fight stood down and gathered around him. I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover. Today is her 9th birthday. As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers. I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific planet as well, it's difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me, and I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you is a brother or sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of these to our heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover means faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you want to believe what I've told you and you understand, then I want you to have one of these. They're a promise between friends. Gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say. Now, don't ever forget, as long as we have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand? When he finished the tension of only a few minutes ago, we're gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. I'm just wondering why the incinerator instantly started going off if it was supposed to, but it's just supposed to be a messed up game where they looked like both of them were going to be able to escape, and at the very end you couldn't. Before long, we found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside down funnel. For some reason, the room had a number 9, but this time there's only 1 door. If there's only 1 door, that means only 5 people could escape. What are we going to do? There aren't any other doors. We began to panic. Then, as if things have not gotten bad enough, warning. I don't think that's saying emergency game, but we'll go with, I don't think that's saying warning game, but we'll go with it. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. It also, I think it says we'll take action in 18 minutes, but please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat, emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Not confirmed, acknowledged. Or I guess not acknowledged, confirmed. What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good. My brother swallowed hard and answered. I think it means the room's gonna burn. The plaque on the door says incinerator, and when that voice said that the incinerator was at the start and incinerator means to burn. After terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up in the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was huge, frightening mount of a man as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. The rest happened just as 7 said it did. The 4 of us had stayed behind. We were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator, and slid down into the hall. We came out the other door on the 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs sprawled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they caught up. That's when I realized, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present? I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back, I had to, but I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me. I was sure that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt the rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down, and finally reached the bottom deck. I ran in the hallway and looked around frantically. There it is. It was just as I thought. I'd be sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched her from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs in freedom. So she got caught because she was trying to get your present for you. That's just depressing. A man stepped out. It was Hongo. Shintaro Hongo. 9 years later, we call him Ace. Wonderful to see you decided to come back. His small man, my blood run cold. He looked mechanical as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth. Come with me, we must continue to experiment. I shook my head, eyes wide. So I began to walk backwards, 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. Felt his hand close around my left wrist. Said, come with me. There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could. I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to let Hongo let go of me. I was stolen and shot. Was no match for a man like Hongo. Stop struggling. Do as I tell you. He heaved my arm, trying to pull me in the incinerator. I screamed. And suddenly, the door to the stairs flew open and my brother burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake. I cried my name again as he leapt towards Hongo. Came back, but then, too late, Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both in the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled my feet and went towards the door 9. Hongo stood between him and me, but behind him I could see my brother's fist clench, but those fists never reached Hongo. With cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached in his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both in front of the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen and tossed the bracelets carelessly on the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all. Walked past me, did a nut more in a rot by the roadside. A few moments later, the 2 other doors stood shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. Turned around and ran towards the door with 9. Connie, are you okay? I heard a voice from the other side of the door, a worried, frightened voice. Help me, my throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room. What should I do? I think I'm trapped here. Where's Hongo? He went out of the other door. What? And it started again. Again, game, I think that's not saying warning. I think that's saying emergency. But we'll go with it. Incineration will begin in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Holy shit, man, I knew what I was going to say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice. I knew it. Starting. Saying to start of the incinerator. Never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years. What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? Oh, I can't read. I don't know the law button outside of the, like, whenever we have access to the adventure mode. You're talking 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of experiment. You weren't making any sense. I'm sorry, Lotus, but we don't have time to explain it right now. I promise I'll tell you everything once we get out of here. But incineration will begin in 17 minutes. You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn. What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, god damn it. Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out. Why me? Just shut up and stop this thing. How the hell? There must be some sort of emergency shut off button. There isn't anything like that. How the hell do you know? Because I looked for it 9 years ago. Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. Before it's moving. Uh-huh. What? What else can I say about it? What the hell is that? Yeah, appropriate. What is that? What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kind of did. There was a monitor, keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some sort. Something about the machine scared me. I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off, even as more took their place, and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass drenched in tears. All I could see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm freaking out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Calm down, right? Everything's going to be okay. I wish this thing would just shut up. Incineration will begin in 15 minutes. All right, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it? Hey, move. God, hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people around. Okay, it turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. This is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on there, how are we supposed to do anything with it? Sure, I'll just push the buttons. I'm sure that'll... Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen though? What's this? What's up? It looks like some sort of puzzle. It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. The numbers range from 1 to 8. If you never saw this puzzle, incinerator stop? Well, we can only hope, right? Alright, puzzle, how do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again. Incineration will begin in 13 minutes. 13 minutes, can we really do it? My heart froze like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was gonna explode. I stared at the puzzle of the screen. I was sure I saw it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mom was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds slip by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice. Hey, what are you doing? I was muffled. I turned around, pressed against the window of the entry door was a frightened, evil face. It was Hongo. How long have you been watching me? Don't know what to do? It was yelling, but his voice was still muffled. It's simple, really, but I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on the machine. His laughter was muffled by the door, but it tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears. You're a terrible person. I hate you. Oh my, how could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. Gentleman is probably one of the last words I would ever use to describe you. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. See, I even left you a way out. A way out? Didn't you hear me? All I have to do is solve that puzzle, do it, and you can stop the incinerator. What's the point of stopping? You want to capture me and make me do all this again? I'm not going to listen to you. If you're going to throw me back in here, might as well just die now. Having you listen to anything I've said, I told you I'm a fair man. If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will turn active. In this experiment to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape. The verification function of the red? Then I remembered. Before Hongo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red. So you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1 and the second is 3. Say, Kane, what's your number? Oh, looked at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 is 9. I ran to the door for 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner. You really aren't one for listening, are you? I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room. I already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't answer your number. What kind of fool are you? Why are you doing this? Can never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. Start the puzzle. I don't know how. Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenic field and find a solution. I can't. Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it'll be very painful. Man, I wish. I hope Santa like pulls like the gun on you and uses it. I mean, he already has the gun on you. I hope he pulls the trigger. I hope like it. You deserve the worst. His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it. Incineration will begin in 10 minutes. I was crying, great gulping sobs, broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor. There's no way I could figure it out. What was I gonna do? I don't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could do was think of how I was gonna die. My palms were sweating, my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot, so hot, I couldn't breathe. Felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as it would pound itself to pieces. I reached in my pocket, wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get, the doll Jumpy just gave me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed. Help me, Jumpy, help me. Help me, Jumpy. Please. Cunt? Who the hell is... Shut the hell up, Seven Lois. Don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me. I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here? Kane, can you hear me? Say something. Fuck, did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Kane, answer me. Oh. I think I see what's going on here now. I heard a voice, his voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course, but I heard it so clearly like he was right there. I screamed as loud as I could. Kane. That's her, she's there. Then that means... Akane, are you in the incinerator right now? Yes, I am. How did you know? Couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant. Right, there's only one way to help her. You're right here to help my sister, save Akane. I think I get it now. Incineration will begin in 7 minutes. We don't have time. As quickly as I could, I told him that I had solved the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator. Got it. And I do. I get everything now. Now I finally understand what all this means. I know why the Nonary Games was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All this is planned to lead to this one moment. Oh my god, this is insane. I can't believe it. But there's only one possible answer. June is... Zero is Akane. She recreated the history of the future she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this were all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane. I must save her no matter what. So, I'm guessing that Zero is Akane in the future in which we save her in order to assure the fact that she is saved in order to, like, I guess, break the paradox and all that stuff. That's what I'm getting. 6 minutes. The voice reminded me of how much time I had left. I know, just hang on. I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die, I promise, so don't worry. Just give me a few minutes, okay? Okay. My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. I felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. And so, we do need an explanation, I guess, on what happened to her in this timeline so far. Like, she disappeared outright and everything. And she said, I know she said, yeah, I don't get what would be going on there. On why that all happened. Snake, talking to him about something, whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way. What are you doing? Just trust me, okay? Lois, I don't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I apologize later, alright? Let's have a look at this thing. Got numbers on this grid. I think the panels are out of order, so I'm just gonna switch these around. Stinger isn't gonna accomplish anything. I'll just have to try it. Think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem. I don't exactly, I think, have any hints on how to solve this, my man. We might just be dead. Hint. Oh, it's just when I press the hint, numbers appear in the empty spots. They're all single digits. Get the feeling these numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. But this square at the bottom, why does it stay blank when I press hint? Pressing the button again makes the number disappear. Looks like I turn them on and off. There's some special meaning for there being two modes. What could it mean? I need to make all the number in the squares the same. Okay, I'm tired of it. I just want to look at the hint without it popping up. Looks like the numbers are affected by the adjacent squares. For example, when I switch to 3 to the 5, but the hint just adds the surrounding numbers. Okay, so I could just take... maybe I need to make them all like 9 or something. Alright. That's the only thing I could figure, is make them all 9. I'm not doing a good job at it, it looks like. Alright, let's increase. Yeah, I'm not doing a... let me reset this. Alright, 9. Okay, and so I can't switch up this one, so that 1 has to stay, so... Part of me's thinking all of these have to stay the same like this, and so if I make this... D, that won't work. Alright, and so... How do I get a 9 from this? So 5 plus... That's S. A, that would give me the same thing there. 7. I think it's gonna have to probably be like... What about O? Alright, let me just do 7. Let me keep that at 9. Can I just do 1 here? No. Apparently not. S. P. D. 7. Oh, this is gonna be complicated. It's gonna be complicated as hell. And this way where the adjacent yellow squares add up to. Most of the answers should be 2 digits. But each square only has a single digit. They must be calculated in a different way. Digital roots. Their digital roots and always end up as 1 digit. Yeah, I got that. It's just figuring out if them being all 9. So that gives me 9 there. Alright, let's just work maybe top to bottom. Maybe. So that gives me 9, 9. Okay. And so... But now if I change this, that's going to change that. I'm just gonna put in some randomly or something like there. Oh, this is gonna be an actual, like, this is gonna be a bit of a headache. I don't even know where to begin solving this one. The other puzzles I was able to pull out MS Paint and work my way around, but nah, we got a lot of stuff I need to figure out here. This one is this one's gonna be definitely the hardest puzzle yet. I would not be surprised if I am here for a long time. Add the numbers, but there are letters here too. When you're placing numbers of what? No, I can't back out to go look at the hexadecimal stuff. Switching out a yellow square. Wait, but one square doesn't have a hit number. Nice spot. If a fixed number goes inside, so the ninth square has a different rule. If only I knew what number goes there. What do you mean the ninth square has a different rule? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, I guess if it's going from this way, it'd be 9. But I mean, I know it needs to all add up to 9. But the thing is like, how? I mean, I know I have to add them all up, but like, I don't even know where to begin. Like I said, starting with this one, especially because I can't look at the hexadecimals and what they are here. I need to like. Well, then I have W. Like, what does W stand for? Like, I don't. Is it the like? Is it the letters in the alphabet? Is it like supposed to be like it's in the 20s or something and it's not hexadecimals? Because why else would W be there? Same thing of R and S and all that stuff. But that seems... this one is... yeah, let me... Can I always find like the file for it? Not like the... I wonder if I could find like the file for the how it had the different number codes where it had like I don't know, I can't look it up to show it, but it's the one that's it just shows, hey, these letters equal this. That way I don't get confused on if A is 10 or 11 on that one, because like that one, like this one's gonna be I don't get this like at all. Like, cause I don't. I know I need to add them all up to 9, but the thing is just... don't... I'm looking at like the file right now for it, and I'm just looking around. I'm like, I just don't know what... I just don't know what the hell I can do for this. Cause... yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm, am I just screwed here? Am I just gonna have to start putting in random numbers? Cause I'm busy looking around more and more, and I'm just, I don't get it. Okay, what, but am I... Alright, so if I do like... No, if I hit reset, hint, like the hint's not really... I don't... Like, what am I supposed to do here? No wonder Akane died to this. Like, I'm like completely lost on this. Cause like I just don't even get what I'm supposed to do. I just don't get, like, I don't get what I'm supposed to do here at all. Cause I know like I'm supposed to, I think, have everything out up to 9, but I am completely lost on how to even do that. So wait, why is it the same I do like that? Like, I don't. Maybe if I just match these up, or am I supposed to like mirror it or something? Well, no, I don't have a P there. So I got nothing to really. I got nothing really I can do here. I really genuinely do not know what. I don't know. Like, I don't want to be stuck here for like an hour or two on this one puzzle, because I legitimately don't know. Because I'm supposed to be, I guess I'm supposed to be making all these 9, I guess. But like, I don't know what. I'm trying to remember what. I don't. I'm seeing it so much it's getting messy. Maybe I should reset. I already did. Oh, wait a second. Everything is in the original spot. Something lines up in the bottom squares. It looks kind of like it should be a word. Are you serious? Is that really what it's gonna be? I'm gonna be really, honestly, kind of upset if that was it this entire time. Like, listen. I've loved a lot of their puzzles so far. I've loved a lot of their stuff so far. I think they've done a great job with all the puzzles, all the escape room. This one sucks. I'm gonna be honest. If this is it, and I'm guessing it's gonna be just this, isn't it? Really? Do I not have a hint for this? Or am I supposed to do it like the way it was? Password. I'm inputting a password now. Are there any hints? What am I supposed to put here? Am I supposed to... Like what? What? Am I supposed to now do it with like these? Am I supposed to do it the way it was beforehand? I'm just gonna... Maybe it'll just give me a hint if I spam it. The screen appeared after I saw the last puzzle. Maybe the hint was in that one. So how am I supposed to look at that? How I can't look at it. If I just... Is it just 9? Oh, okay. Alright. Alright. No, I got no words for that. Outside, I hate it. No, the other puzzles, the other escape rooms are I love. I'm gonna be like, I love it. Been great so far. This puzzle, I'm just gonna say it's ass. I can just be salty right now, cause I am. That puzzle's ass. I'm gonna keep it a $1.50 or a buck, whatever the correct term is. I'm too salty to think right now. But no, that you have to like throw away everything you've thought of all game in order to solve and take the most literal sense. Like, I'm curious on how many people got that right without the hint just telling them, to be honest. I'm really curious. Because if it wasn't for that hint, I was gonna look up the answer, to be honest. Like, cause I was going back and forth in that file sheet, just trying to see on how those like add up. That one sucks. That one really sucks. This is it. Did you get it? I hope you did, because I don't ever want to do that again. Solved it. I mean, you really solved it for me, but I copied everything you did. Now I just have to press enter. Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it. Okay, I will. I hit the enter key. Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled. Like, I don't ever want to do that puzzle again in my life. Or a puzzle like that again in my life. Jumpy, it worked. The incinerator shut down. Tears rolled down my face. I cried out to him, but they were very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, the strength I had left disappeared, and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I lay there laughing, crying, and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst. Phew, I can't quite believe I did that, but I'm so glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. No, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane. Sorry, but I'm kind of busy over here. I have to hang up now, okay? Of course, that's fine. I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. I looked in the corner of the floor. There were 2 bracelets hung up behind. Now, while 7 Lotus didn't look particularly happy with me, not very nice what they give someone to save your life, guys. Junpei, are you? Okay? Shut it. Right, okay. Maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I hadn't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing on me bet now. Here it goes. Wait. Incineration will begin in 90 seconds. What? It doesn't sound like it's stopping. What the shit? Why isn't it stopping? Maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again and again and again. Okay, that's not working either. My alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? Got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping? Incineration will begin in 60 seconds. But of course. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle mean. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Snake, Clover, me, and Lotus. Then door 9. No, that's it. The number on the door isn't 9. It's not even a number. It's hidden, but exit can't be found. Seek a way out. Seek the door. That holy shit. Of course. We have to put in the right number into the red end. Incineration will begin in 30 seconds. Run, guys, to the door. Oh shit. Don't have much time. I sure hope they can trust me on this one, or we are all fucked. All right, no time to explain. Just go quickly. Verify the numbers in the red. Verify who. What combination? All of us. We need to verify. Why? Really is a good time to ask questions. Just do it. Hurry. Incineration begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You guys better run the hell out of there. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled. Oh, thank Christ. No, not time to be happy. Time to go. Hurry. We got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go. Come on, guys. Move it. Okay. We're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. Well, you guys better go find the dead. And there goes the door. No, don't come. You still need to find the dead. No, we didn't yell out. We just all knew where it was. shit, looks like we made it, huh? Man, that guy can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. The snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but Akane, can you hear me? I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel, but nothing. Well, if she's alive, that means if you kept her alive, that means she's 0. So. And so she will probably be greeting you as 0, I guess. The door opened, staying in front of it was my brother. Akane cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms. Akane, I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. His beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go, and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. If I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what seemed like an eternity. I just want to stay there in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelet began to count down. I looked away from him and looked around. The door already closed. Spotted the dead only a short distance away. It only took me a moment to get to and scanned all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. Took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who would call 7 and 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open. Alright, let's get out of here. We don't book it, we might run the Hongo again. He was right, it's time to get moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. Took off running and up the spiraling staircase to freedom. Time for more running, where they can get us out of here. No wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I could barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again, huh? It's 7 talking. Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something? What's up? The door with the 1 and 9 on it, wide open. All 5 of us verified our numbers are red. Equals 26, that makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened. That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already. Why? Because you're the person who taught me about the idea of bases. Bases. Yeah, we're the 2 numbers in base 2. 0 and 1, how about base 10? That goes 0 from 9. Now how about base 16? 0 through F after 9 starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, E. You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13. So what about it? You don't get it? What if we kept going with that pattern? What if we got past base 16 all the way to base 27? Yeah. Well, then numerical digits are the same. But I guess you'd add alphabetical letters H, I, J, K, I, M, N, O, P is 25. And then what comes after that? Q, 26. And what does that mean? That wasn't a 9 on the door, it was a Q. A lowercase q. That's pretty much it. Guess to put it another way, you can see that base 9, that was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27. Time for more running. My thighs are killing me. I swear any moment I'm gonna tear a muscle. This would be a horrible time to tear your ligaments. I feel like every single cell in my body is dying for air. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe it's just a short rest. No, I can't stop. Don't have the time. Come on, legs. There can't be more of these steps left. Let's run. Like a bullet down a rifle barrel, like a tornado cut into a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along back of a giant cool dragon. Finally. Phew. I can barely breathe. No time for rest. Put yourself together. You're almost there. I'm gonna open it. Yeah. We're finally here. Please do. Sure, you'll look like a big, heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. Oh, that is bright light. It's like exiting like a movie theater. Like, you're just gonna get blinded. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was as he gave me a small reassuring squeeze. I was so happy. I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. And not only because my brother and I were back together again, thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us had been kidnapped. We were finally able to escape from the Gigantic. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed across the ocean, and then it was gone. It's over. Yeah, it was over. It was finally over, or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Because, yeah, you would have to go in the future to make sure that you can save yourself in the past. Well, not go into the future, but use the future to save yourself in the past. Finally, air. God damn, the sun's bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't quite look like... No way. Gotta be shit. What? Can't be. This is. Oh. Oh. That's a little bit different than the ocean. This is the building in the Nevada desert, the mock experiment. This whole time we were in building Q. Sure enough, that's a desert out there. Mountains all around it. Hello there, son. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. You're getting the blistering heat of the Nevadan desert. I think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise, huh? I just hear something fall. Right, our bracelets. I guess I've never really got to go look at the underside of those. Let's see what's inside of you. Just a little electronic chip like an ATM card, that's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. There was never a detonator to begin with. Figures. Kane. Oh, we don't even get a Kane vision for that, huh? Guess it must be pretty crazy if the girl I'm thinking thinks I'm hearing the voice in the wind. I butchered that statement horribly. Oh, we're just getting credits there? Okay. I did not expect it to just go straight to credits. I mean, I guess that's what the sequel's for. But, I mean, we know that she's Zero. Or at least, yeah, I mean, Santa's not Zero. Santa's the assistant for Zero. But then why did they both exist and then disappear? There's some questions there that I'm sure is going to be answered in the next game, I'm guessing. Or it might be answered after these credits for all I know, or I might be missing some stuff to get the full ending, even though I think that is the true ending there, isn't it? I might just have to make sure I got the true ending there. But either way, no, if this is the end, honestly, fantastic story, fantastic game. The only part of this game I did not like was literally that final puzzle. That final puzzle, I legitimately hate that final puzzle. Mainly because it makes you, like, yeah, the solution does give you the all 9 numbers, but it's pretty much making you have to go against everything you've thought about until you get enough run to get the hint. Which I guess they were trying to make it go through the whole epiphany thing, but it's one of those things I think was maybe like a better, if that was the idea, it was better as an idea more than so than in practice, in my opinion. If someone really likes it, that's chill. But oh, we got post-credit scene. Are you okay? Oh, come on, that's nothing. Really? Yeah, you don't look okay. It was just before the end of elementary school. We're sitting down next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly set. How does it look then? He was half serious and half joking. Thought about it for a minute. Oh, you got the crap kicked out of you, jeez. Let's see. Looks like you kissed a toad and got worse, and then you just kept growing and growing and growing. What does that even mean? Jump like you're in it now. See, I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy, yeah? I couldn't stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I'd do something. Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing is pretty smooth to ride. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building. Gas. No, keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in and here we are, screaming across the desert. Lois is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and 7 are squeezing the back seat here. Still can't believe we let her drive. This is so fun. This is awesome. Driving's so great when there's nothing around. There's no speed limit. Watch those bumps, alright? The car jumps even a little. I think I'm gonna get crushed to death. Shut up, I can't help if I'm big, alright? Suck it up. Why don't you drive 7? I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law. He doesn't have an international license. Yeah, but he could have sat in the passenger seat. Hell no, there's no way I'm giving this seat up. Culver, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us. Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it. We gotta hurry if we want to catch them, don't we? Sure thing. Oh shit, God, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this can go so fast. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple hours after we were running the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bush in the back of one of the hills, drenching a kit and gas and cheese. What the hell? The moment we saw what they're doing, Jumpy ran into him furious. Yeah. Like, that's just straight up psychopathic. It's not even like, oh man, that's kind of psychopath. That's like, no, that is just straight up psychopathic. What the hell are you doing? Then he jumped on him, quickly scooped the kitten up and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could. Officer, please get to come with me. The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All I found was Jumpy sprawled on the ground, face covered in big swollen lumps. You couldn't run away after you threw the kid at me, I asked him. He stuck his tongue out the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out. Guess I coulda. Then why didn't you? I didn't want to. I want to beat him up real good. So what they were doing to the kid? Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester, remember? All those people, like, they didn't know. You need to lock them up. Jeez. You mean the bunnies? Yeah, the bunnies. He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed them in the wind. They asked me what elementary school I was from, and I told them. They said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. Couldn't forgive them for that, so I... There's still some stuff I don't get. Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do. Like Ace. Well, I guess you could say, why create the non-air project? Anyone ideas? Why don't you ask him himself? Well, I guess I could. He's still in the trunk, I assume? Yeah, he is. Still tap, I'm assuming with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty, no emotion. Looks like he's just giving up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore. Were you listening to us? Yeah, go ahead and pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your mouth. I know you were. Answer me. You could always look at me when we talk, man. I only want to see the faces, human faces. I thought if I can gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you can understand how they were processing the emotion, expressions of others. That's it? Yes, if you want to put it simply. If you're looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply as well. You see, the human collective consciousness. I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on. Alright, so what's your second question? So there were some things you don't get. Well, someone's a little nosy. Last question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. That's for you, 7. It's not the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that? Well, see, 9 years ago after escape from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch him when he finally slipped up. During the course of my investigations, I learned more about the Gigantic. I also found about Gordain and Alice. Never really answered my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature? Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, finally you taught me how to behave. What? Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There's nothing in it but the river particular plant. My research determined that I was a member of the genus Droga, the family of Solidae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that to create Supportal. This creation was tremendous, booming my firm and grew rapidly. Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll enjoy the ride. Here, this is for you. What's this? This is a For You doll. His name is Jumpy. Jumpy plucked something out of his pocket and shoved it out of his arm to me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn, small enough to fit his palm. Are you sure it's a For You doll? Yeah, the way the shop said so. That means it's for you, right? Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll? What? Oh man, well sure looks like a voodoo doll, man. You do know what voodoo doll is used for, right? Guess calling it Jumpy is a very good idea then. Why are you giving this to me anyway? It just seems really sudden. Well, you know, after June, we aren't gonna see each other too much. I mean, we're gonna be in different schools then. I just thought, you know. How about we call it June then? Okay. So I wanted to give you this. It's like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie. So head of a tribe. This doll is traditional charm of a tribe. So I give this. It's me. So we're always together. If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are, so here, take. I reach my hand out and pick up the doll gently. Thank you so much. Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell on June's tiny yarn body. I'll never forget you, I promise. Jumpy looked straight in my eyes and just said 5 words. I'll never forget you either. The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat bathed in the warm light of evening, just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned is also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator Gigantic, but she's still alive now as June. But how? Is it because I tapped in the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then How do I make sense of what 7 remembers? Snape makes sense. He's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But 7, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or wait, maybe that's not at all. There's one other logical explanation. It's what you told me the truth. You look satisfied. No way. He couldn't. Look over there. There's someone next to the road, huh? What? Oh, so was I right on 7 was in it the entire... Not the entire time, but 7 was suspicious for a while. Oh, hi? Hi. You want to put on some clothes? Burning gazed into Vada and poured down her head. The desert around her rippled of heat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm held out, her thumb up. It would not be long for Junpei to realize who it was. And, well, I had some questions. I got some questions now. Alright, would you like to see the info your team on this playthrough? Yes. Would you like to save here? Yes. Save complete, access to flowchart, returns to touch screen. So I do have, like, the other endings. I have, like... I have this one, I know that much. And then I would have just this. That is just the true ending. I have many questions now. Mainly like, why did Jun disappear at the end there? What's going on with that statue? 7, I had a feeling at the he was clear of my suspicions for a bit. I'm not going to act like I knew it till the very end. Like, no, I did doubt him for a while. But... he cleared those up, and I guess my initial hunch was right, just in the way I did not expect. I sadly, just knowing the whole childhood friend thing, I knew June was someone had a chance. I didn't expect it to be that. I didn't expect her to be 0 either. I expected her to just have something going on, especially with the fever and all that, which I still want to know kind of what that was about. Well, I guess it might have to do with she was... I mean, that could be a hint towards the incinerator stuff. It might be, honestly. And then Santa being... I thought Santa was going to be 0. Not for the longest time, but he was kind of... It was kind of weird at points where he's like, I don't know about any of that stuff. And then a bit later, he gave me talks about an experiment going on that had to deal exactly with that. It was very strange on what he was saying. And then his number added up to 9 on one of the things, I think it was. However, I thought he was... I thought it was... How should I word this? I thought he was suspicious, but it was I was right for the completely wrong reasons. Same thing with 7, I guess. But no, like I said, was a great game. Was a great story. The only thing I did not like was that final puzzle, but I could water under the bridge considering the rest of it. I will probably start, I want to say, I'll probably start the next one. I don't know fully when. It's going to be soon. I know next year I'm going to try out that Toho like roguelike game that was released a couple of days ago. In I think next stream. And then after that, I'm thinking about maybe doing, it's either going to be this or I might do, like, just for Halloween stuff, I might do Undead Nightmare and Red Dead, or some like COD Zombies stuff, and like either custom maps or in 3 or playing 4, either or, and just doing like some zombie week thing and then doing it afterward, like after next Halloween week and all that stuff. And I'll figure that out by the Toho stream, which I believe right now it's scheduled for Friday. That might move up to Thursday, depending on how some stuff for me tomorrow goes. But no, the latest this will start will be in a week after Halloween. Will be at the absolute latest is when I start the next game. I'm probably going to start that, and I'm thinking about maybe after, if I do, let's just say the Halloween stuff with Undead Nightmare or COD Zombies or both. Depending on how the Toho game goes, I'm either going to do also maybe Expedition 33, maybe go back to Kingdom Hearts 2. Like I'm going to bring back in a second game, that way I'm just not playing VNs on stream. I love the VNs I've been playing.
I do want to mix it up and have some other stuff going on as well. I've been playing a lot of VNs, especially like I think it was like 40 hours of shut in order. Then this, and then I'll have another VN with the one after this as well. So I want to add some other stuff again. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. And I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.